Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Payne and welcome back to another anime review video. And in this video, I'll be reviewing a show that took the anime community by storm over the last few months, and that is the one, the only, Cells at Work. Cells at Work, also known as Hataraku Saibo, is a comedy anime directed and co-written by Kenichi Suzuki, produced by Yuma Takahashi. It was made by the studio David Production, who are known for making the modern JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. Cells at Work aired in the summer of 2018 and consisted of 13 episodes. It started out as a manga that was written by Akane Shimizu that had produced 5 volumes since 2015 as of the making of this video, and it takes place inside the human body as more of a factory setting and follows a rookie red blood cell only known by the name AE3803, which is, I'm pretty sure, a name that everyone's going to forget when this video is over. A clumsy scatterbrain who is often lost inside the body while delivering oxygen, carbon dioxide, and different nutrients throughout the body. And a white blood cell only known as U-1146, again, another forgettable name, who is seen killing all sorts of bacteria throughout the body. Ever since the manga was released, it was branched off into a number of different manga, which includes one that shows the bacteria's perspective, to a manga that's literally called Cells That Don't Work, to a rather disturbing manga known as Cells That Work Black, which is what happens when the cells are working in a body that's super unhealthy. I'm talking alcoholic, drugged up, close to death body. And it was announced that not only will there be a season 2 of Cells at Work back in late September, but that supposedly most of the stories will come from those spin-off manga. So I'm pretty excited about what stories that David Production will tell through this series. Now, as far as the anime is concerned, it's set in the same format, which also includes some other characters based off of cells in the body, such as the macrophage, various number of T cells, and the insanely popular but also insanely lewd up platelets. Ever since the show was released, it has gained a following due to its stellar accuracy when it comes to what happens in the human body, especially fairly recently, when about a few weeks ago there was a video released of an actual doctor reacting to this show, saying, why everything works so well. That video got viral, to a neuro-oncology doctor from Japan who is currently working in Atlanta, Georgia, who actually praised the show for its depiction of cancer in one episode, or when teachers in a high school in China, and this is true, they were so impressed with the show that they actually assigned it to their students as homework. Imagine having to watch anime as your homework. That's basically what happened here. They were so impressed by how accurate everything was. But the best example of the show's popularity actually came from the show itself, as not too long ago, the people behind the show, David Production, made a website where people can download all the show's various cells and bacteria. I'll link all the things I mentioned down below, including the website where you can download what you need to pass your biology class, or if you want to stare at the platelets if you're one of those people. But before I get any further into that, let's get into the review portion of this video. As I mentioned, with a manga that has 5 volumes and counting, and one of many manga that's currently out right now touching this topic, the show only consists of 13 episodes. By that, I mean that it became obvious that the story had to limit itself with exploring the full potential of what the human body can do. However, I will say right off the bat that this shouldn't be something that someone would just simply overlook. Because the more I watch this show, the more I realize how informative it can be. Surprisingly enough, the details of the human body is explored with an accurate representation, and there's information that details with the context of the cells, while also examining at the invaders that enter our body, which includes germs, viruses, and any foreign pathogen that threatens a person. And from the first few episodes alone, we realize that our human body is a very vulnerable thing if we don't take care of it. Naturally, anyone coming into this show should be wondering how the plot will be structured. While not following a direct linear plot, there are common recurring themes with pathogens invading the human body. The major selling points of the show is examining how our body works with an innovative way of storytelling. Every action has a consequence, and it's easy to see why. The first few episodes showed us when a group of bacteria attacks our main protagonist, a red blood cell, before being rescued by the other protagonist, the white blood cell. The traditional concepts of the show is how characters deal with their problems like the way our human body does. As I mentioned before, our body is very vulnerable and is exposed every day to basically everything. Even a simple wound opens opportunities for catastrophe if the body isn't prepared enough. Other times, the body may not be ready in the first place, such as against cases of allergies, heat waves, food poisoning, or, I'm not going to spoil it, but something very bad happens in the final couple episodes. That's a great example of that. But when it comes down to it, I think the creator of the manga really looked at exploring our body's problems in many ways. And in many different shapes, sizes, and forms, and it's a really good way of presenting that. When the show deploys its character cast well, it's definitely hard to take your eyes off of them. From the variety of cells to the foreign pathogens, you can't deny that there's colorful cinematography here. It would be nice to live in a world where our body is perfect, but accidents do happen. And when they do, your body has to fend them off or there could be disastrous consequences. This is where our cells come in to take care of the problems, and the action in the show wastes no time to showcase that. It's thrown with an innovative style such as the white blood cells brutalizing pathogens or macrophages showcasing their terrifying skills even though they look like a usual normal maid. It's weird. Like, they're seen throughout the entire series as basically someone in a maid's dress but covered in blood. It's amazing but terrifying. Even the cute little platelets have their own role in the series by protecting and reconstructing our body. And many other T cells perform their own duties to make sure our body is healthy. I'm not gonna lie though, watching the series reminds me a lot to take care of my own body. Realistically, more people die by diseases than any other causes in the world. You can blame that on heart disease, cancer, stroke, infections, etc. The big picture here is that the show also feels very real when we see what our body can do. Creative ideas take a creative mind, and I say with the belief that we definitely needed a talented staff and studio to make this show believable. Thankfully, the director Kenichi Suzuki applied his craft and made that show as stylish as it can be, both on the screen and in the dialogue, as he also helped with the writing. There's also respect to be given to the talented voice cast too, especially for taking on the role of these characters. Everyone in the show felt meaningful, and there's not one moment that should be discarded as meaningless. Similarly, the theme songs have a playful energy and atmosphere that never leaves the show. The opening reminds me of Wizard of Oz, probably because it's a girl and a person covered in silver. And the ending is just very catchy by itself. I won't say this anime is easy to watch from first glance. It's about the human body, and from as far as I can tell, there's very few shows that I can think of that took on this concept. As such, Hataraku Saibo is quite unique with how it manages its ideas, selling its craft, and making it into reality. And with that, for the first time in a while, I'm going to give Hataraku Saibo, or Cells at Work, a perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching my Cells at Work review video. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you want to see more anime review videos in the near future, hit the subscribe button either down below or on the screen. Or if you want to see more review videos that I've made in the past, there's more on my channel down below, and there's going to be a number of videos on the screen. And with that, once again, my name is Payne, and I'll see you in the next video.